Okay, so I have added all these notes here. The next part will be the handlers or the functionality of add to do. So here we have this add to do, and we need to add the on click event here. On click event will do like call this method when we click on this add new button. So for that we need a common handlers. The common handlers that we can use for all these four operations. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add the folder handlers. Here let's say to do handlers .js. It's a JS file. It won't contain any JSX content, that is HTML content. So here we are going to add this. Okay. So we need to remove this part again. Uh, the first thing we need to do is we need to import the global context, global state, I guess. Global state. Here we need to use it as a global state. Okay, equals to, also we need to import the set state. Okay, because we're going to update it. Use context, global context. It's not getting imported by default. Okay, let's see. Here we have put it here. Directly copy the path here. So global context, this part, and let's see. Let's see. Now, global state, set global state. We need to create a method to add new to do handler. Equals to, here we need to make it as, what we can do, we can give an alert just to check whether it's getting called or not. Called, directly copy first. Again, this is a trick I'm going to apply. Actually, it will help you a lot. So here we're going to again create a method that is called as uh, to do handlers. Just smaller, bus. Do handler equals to, I will explain it. Return, mm, just pass it as like one of many components. Like here we have this to do handlers. Don't pass it as a variable because it won't be able to call this method directly. If you use this syntax, it will do its job properly. Okay, so please, we don't have that much time, so I am moving a little bit faster. Whatever doubts you have, you can put it in the comment. I will try to resolve it. So here we have this ready. I will be saving it. Okay, it has been saved. So what we need to do is, because why we are going to do is because, listen, here we have this list, we have this add. So this inter component should have the same access to this handlers. Okay, because whenever we're going to add something, we should be calling this handler. Okay, when it's something like, if you want to do any operation in list, any operation in update, in delete, we're going to call this handler. So to make it possible, access to make its access possible for all the components, we're going to call it here. Okay, I'm going to call it here. So you can call it Also, what we can do, we can console it just to make sure we get the value. Okay, so here we have this add. Okay, okay, this method we have this const, this part, and then we have to do handlers. Yeah, then we have to do, you know, to pass it here to the add as a prop. So we have also now covered the props part. We imported it, okay, as we have exported. So here you can see this part. Yeah, we have imported it, and now we are going to use it as a props. Here you can see on click through handlers, and then it will get called, and then again we have this key and object pair, key and value pair. So this is being served as this part. You're getting it. So whenever I call to do dot add to new to do handlers, it is calling to this uh, handlers, but it's a shorthand. So we can directly put it here, and it will do the same job. So we can, okay, that's it. It's an arrow function, so we don't need to make it again inside the arrow. That is another topic. If you are having any doubts regarding that, I will clear it. Okay, so we can check it now. Called new add to do. We need to refresh it again. So called add new to do. We can console check the console. Okay, it's showing as undefined. Uh, So here we have an issue because the state we are going to use from here, it's not getting the access as we wanted. Why it is showing is we have this context, here. Okay, we are passing it through this provider, and we have this add. Okay, here we have this handler, and inside this handler we want this context, but you can see this list and this are the direct parents, the parent child components. Like this is the parent, this is child, and this is child. But this to do is not a direct child, it is an indirect child. So it is not giving you the access, it is saying that undefined, it is not defined. Okay, so to resolve this, what you need to do is you need to create the layouter. You need to create a dashboard layouter. These are the problems of use context. So that people go for Redux, but again Redux is a little bit complex. So again, it is better to stick with use context for now. So what we can do is we can create a dashboard layouter. So dashboard or layouter, layouter. Select dashboard layout. Whatever name you can give. I mostly give as a dashboard layouter.js, and whatever the routing part is there now, we can put it here. This routing part we can put it here. And call it here home. We'll put it as a list, uh, and then we have to get this also. Do handlers. That's it. And there we can put this. Yeah, we can remove these components from here. This is a good practice also, because what we are going to do is here, we are directly putting all the routes inside a dashboard. So this global context has this dashboard layouter as a child, and then we can do this to do. We can call this to do handlers here, and we can pass it here. Let's try it here. First of all, what we need to do is to check it. Okay, it's coming properly. Then we need to add it, and you can see the global context state is coming properly. We have the list of three arrays. Okay, so why this happen is because when we have this app, that global context provider is not able to make it as a child. So we first declared a child here, then we called this method here, and we passed it here. So it is a mechanism that is suitable for use context. So kindly think it as the way like 2 into 2 is equals to 4. So it is a little bit a complex part, if you ask me to explain, but it will be better if you want to do certain task. There are certain rules, so you can't ask why it is like that. There is some internal mechanism they have built to do certain tasks, so you need to follow that mechanism. So that's it. So this is it for our inter-component communication. We have completed this till this handlers part. Now we have this add handler, and here we have this method call, which is getting called to this through the props, and our props are here, and it is getting called to here. So in this way all these things will work. Now what we need to do, we need to get the data from there. Okay, so for that, first we need to go to our context, then context state, then we need to create the add new data. So this data will consist of the lists. Where are the lists? This data will consist of this part. Okay, so by default we will have this empty. Now empty, and we need to show this part to here. Where someone is going to add the data, they are going to see this part. Before that we need to import it. Okay, so const global, okay, global state is there, equals to use context, and then we have this global context, global state, global context state dot add new data, and then we have this title. If you go there, okay, got an error. So we have this data. We cannot change it because we don't have any onChange handler. So we just need to make sure for all the values. Okay, we have this I think description. Okay, here we have this description. Then we have this checkbox. So for checkbox, it's a read-only value to avoid these kinds of errors. Here we will get the error that it is controlled, uncontrolled. So to resolve it, you can make it as a read-only. Then we can pass it as a checked equals to global context state dot add new data dot is complete, and here we have is complete as check. So it is checked by default. You can see here it is true, so it is marked as true. So whenever okay, this is for read only. Whenever we want to update the data there, what we need to do is we just need to add the on change event. Okay, so before that we need to create an on change event handler. Na? So close saved. Here we have this to do handlers, and here we need to add new to do handler. Okay, before that we need to make the const update add new. Okay, add new to do state or update to do state. Okay. We have this event here, as we already know that event we need for updating the value. Then we can extract it here, like the name and the value that is being passed from the HTML. And we have this event const. Okay, and then we have to update the state global state. If state will be much better option. If state will be much better option. Return, and here we have if state. Then we can, here we have this add new data. Add new data. So this is the way you are going to do it. Dot prev state dot add new data. Okay, then we have this. Okay, add new data, and again we have this title. So what we can do, we can directly pass it here, like the name we can pass, and directly we can pass the value. Why I did this? Because the name will have the values, like the name will be as the title. Name will be title, name will be description, and the name will be is complete, whatever. Okay, you got it. So here the same keys will be replaced by this name, and the value will be the entered value by the user. Okay, so we need to pass it to our handlers, and we can access it. Don't need this again. So we can access it in our add to do add.js. So to do handlers and on change. Here we have to do handlers dot dot I forgot it. Update to do handlers. That's it. So it will internally pass the a variable, because it's a what we call it's a arrow function. So we don't need to do this. Okay, we don't need to do this. Don't need to do this. What it will do, it will internally pass the value on change value there to this method, and we will get these names, all these things. Okay, but the problem for the here, what we need to add the condition as like name equals to title, or name should be equals to description. This description, then only we need to set this. Okay, sorry. Else, if actually the name equals to is complete, then what we need to do, there is a different thing. Name should be the same name we have, and the value should be different. Mm, the value should be, actually we need to fetch it from our previous state dot add new data dot is complete. Opposite value, because the when we click on this button, it should mark it as true. Then again it should mark it as false. If it is true, then it will mark it as false. If it is false, then it will mark it as a true. In this way it will happen. So this is our handler. Again, to pass the names what we need to do is name we need to pass here, which will be title here. Okay, then again name will be okay. I forgot. Description is there. Okay, again we have this input here. We have this input. So name. So, but we need to just add the on change event. Here we need to add the on change because there is a change, and they here we don't need an on change. Here we need on click. That's enough. We can check our application. Okay, we are not able to update it still. And to resolve the issues. Okay, let it be. So to debug, first we need to check whether we have name. We have the name. We have this title. Okay, this is okay. Date to do state handler. This is okay. Okay, need to make sure the value is coming properly here, so that console name equals to name and console value. Okay, defined, undefined, undefined. Okay. Okay, sorry, event dot target, that is the actual source of this information. Event dot target, so we can now update it. Update it. And we can change it. One click event is also happening properly, so our state is being updated properly, and it's a global state. Here it is getting updated. Okay, so after that we need to add it. Okay, we'll do it in quick way. So the default text is this one, so we need to remove it. The default text should be an empty text, and this is like false. So we need to refresh. To do title, this is to do title, description, and then this part. Okay, so clicking on that, we will be coming to this handler, and what we can do, we can directly push that to our list. We have this const updated data. We're going to fetch it from global. Okay, we don't, we remove that. So global state. So we have this global state. Then we have that set global state, view state, return view state dot list. We have this list. We need to pass the list. Const updated or latest list. List equals to list. So consistent dot list, and the latest list dot push is the method for our arrays, so we can push this updated data there, and this latest list will have this our will have our latest data. In this way we can do it, and then we can use the navigate button also. We can directly navigate to our const navigate equals to use navigate. That's it. Then we have this navigate. After performing this operation, we are going to navigate to the slash lists. So this is dummy, this is true, add, that's it. Okay, it has not refreshed, I guess. Okay, let's see what's the issue. We have set the global state. We have this return this previous state. We have this list, updated data. Okay, updated data is not this. No. Dot, dot, add new data. Then we have this. We need to add this, push this updated data to our latest list, and then again we need to pass this latest list. This part, okay, and again not. Let's print this. Best way to check our latest state is to print it. Saying is latest state means 0. Okay, okay. False. Oh, got it, got it. So what it is doing, we we have done this part now. So whenever this page loads, it's removing all our dummy data. It's overriding the already existing data. So we need to stop doing this. Okay. And here we have this data, add data. Let's try now. You can see we got our data. Again, complete head, not completed. We have same data. Okay, in this way we have added our set. What we just did is that we properly did our add new to handler, but what it was doing, whenever we are navigating to list, it's again executing this use effect, and it's adding our uh, default data. So the updated, the last updated data we just added was getting deleted. So in this way, our add operation is being performed. But here, if you refresh, the data is gone. We also can remove this the text after we click on add. Okay, we don't have time. We will do this in next video. Okay, thank you.